Hello everybody, my name is David. Thank you for watching today's video. I made this video out of many requests from people who have suffered from narcissistic abuse and is having a lot of troubles explaining it to people closest to them. One thing that victims of abuse need is validation. They need to know that their thoughts and their feelings matter, that they're worthwhile to somebody, because the closest person in their life didn't matter to them. Their feelings, their opinions didn't matter to them. They fooled them. So this is a short version. I'm going to make a long version. Come out with that tomorrow. So this is a short, quick, easy, because I believe that the best explanation usually is the easiest. Especially if you want someone else to understand. Let's keep it simple. So that's what I'm going to try to do right now. And I don't know how long this is going to take. I'd like to just take a couple minutes. Really keep it simple and short. So narcissistic abuse. And I'm going to explain this, what it has to do about this person called the narcissist. This is about emotional abuse, psychological abuse. There could be physical abuse and sexual abuse, and almost always financial abuse involved when there is emotional abuse by a narcissist. A narcissist is someone who has a personality disorder, and this was created, could be somewhat genetic, but very caused by environment, by their parents. Very inappropriate parenting. It's still difficult for doctors to completely put a finger on what causes this, but we do know that it's inappropriate parenting by their caretakers. Parents teach children how to meet their needs, their emotional needs. It's very important. And narcissists have learned to be completely dependent on other people for these things, not supply them themselves. So it's anything from simple self-soothing when they don't feel good, or being able to work out a relationship when it's bad, when it's difficult. They weren't taught to do this, and they are taught to be completely dependent on other people. Their abuse and trauma that they endured as a child has caused them to have the absolute lowest self-esteem ever. So, lowest self-esteem almost always means narcissist. The lowest there is. So what a narcissist does is they try to counter this, and all they care about is their ego. All they care about, and it becomes identity, what others think of them. So if they have lots of shame and feel very bad about themselves, which they do, they will project what they want you to think, what they want you to see, what they want you to feel and believe about them. So they have to be better than other people. Very competitive, very social typically. People on the surface will like them very much, very nice. They'll care about physical attractiveness, so they might present themselves very nice. Maybe, not always. Narcissists have, there's a range. There could be different types. What a narcissist does is exploit people to get what they want. They seek attachment out, just like all of us. They want relationships, they seek them out with people. Because remember, they're completely dependent on others for everything they need. Can't supply it themselves. Being that they can't do things themselves, they become envious creatures. They want what you have, can't do it themselves. They're entitled and believe that they deserve it anyways and don't have to do anything for it. They're grandiose and believe that they're better than you anyways. I should have it. So all of this is false. It's fake. There's no foundation. It's just, I'm going to be better than you. What happens when they meet someone they want to have a relationship with is a lot of this might drop. What they have to do is completely have you believe that they are what you want. So not only will they convince you that they are what you want, they completely find out who you are as fast as they can. They'll ask questions. They'll ask about your friends and your family and your past. And what they'll end up doing is finding out your core vulnerability, because we all have one. And when someone who is exploitative finds out what that core vulnerability is, they may be able to get anything they want from you. Maybe. So, in relationships, dating, committed, marriage, people make mistakes. Normal people can make mistakes. Sometimes people cheat. Sometimes people lie. The difference with a narcissist is they lack empathy, so it doesn't bother them when they hurt you. They feel like bad people, they just don't want anyone to know. It could be very covert, behind closed doors. Could be. What they want to do is they become what you want. They try to find out exactly what you want and who you are, and they try to become that. And they try to arouse you in your brain in such a manner you've never felt before. You've never seen this before. You think this is love at first sight. This is my soulmate. They become that person. Because these people don't have a very secure identity. They can do that. They mirror people and become who you want them to be to get what they want from you. So they get you to drop your guard, and they take however long that takes. They try to get you to commit fast. Once they feel they have you committed to them and you're now attaching to them, one thing that they do know is there's something wrong with them. They've known this since adolescence. So as they get close to somebody, they want to get you as attached and committed as you can so that their inappropriate behavior starts becoming accepted, little bits. If you don't accept it, they pull back and stop. They have plans. They will isolate their partner. They're going to abuse you. So they don't want anybody in your life to give you any heads up, advice. Hey, what's going on in your relationship? Hey, you don't look good lately. Hey, you feel all right? I don't think your relationship's very healthy. They don't want that. They know it's coming. So they isolate you from your family and from your friends, even co-workers, whatever they can do to get people away from you so they can have you all to themselves. They begin feeding you information. They become the only person you're sharing your brain with. They want to be the only person you come into contact with much at all, so that your reality becomes what they're telling you. Even if sometimes you might feel or see that something's not right, something doesn't quite line up, they're right there, to push that away, your reality, and say, no, here it is, here's what it is. And they start to criticize you and devalue you. They bring your value down. Your value starts to decrease to them, and they show it. And they do something called gaslighting. And that's here, telling you things that aren't true, making you doubt yourself all the time. Did you just see that? No, what? Did you just do that? No. And then they'll even tell you, you just did that. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Now, when someone you don't care about tells you that, that's easy to blow off. When someone you care about tells you that, it's a little harder to blow off. Months? Years? Anyone's impervious to this stuff long enough. Exposure to it. Everyone. It's insidious. It's emotional abuse. Physical abuse and sexual abuse is intermittent. There's golden periods in between. You can put your finger on it and know sexual abuse, this is wrong. Getting hit, this is wrong. Emotional abuse, you can't see it, you can't hear it. You can feel it. But you maybe never felt it before. You maybe don't have any point of reference. You may have nobody around you to ask. They will bring other people into the relationship just by name. Talk about them, make you jealous, make you scared, exploit your vulnerability. Whatever makes you vulnerable, they will find out what that is and they will rip it open until you finally succumb, till you're on your knees begging, please have mercy, and you're asking someone who lacks empathy. They don't care, it doesn't bother them. They might have even been abused so much that they want you to hurt. And they want to make sure that they're the one doing it. They're in control of you. And then after they've got you convinced that they love you so much and they'll be with you forever, and you'll have that house and you're getting married, or you're married and you have children, or you want children, you're going to have children, all these plans, and the next day they walk out on you. Might be while you're in surgery. Might be while your mom died. They'll plan it so it's perfect. Maybe you'll even kill yourself. It's not over when the relationship's over. Could be just beginning. They can't control you anymore, so they'll start controlling people around the victim. They'll start smear campaigning and making up lies and making everyone believe that they're the one who's disordered. They're the abuser. They're the bad person. And you hear that enough, and it's the first thing you hear about this couple. You tend to believe it. These are making people commit suicide every day. People are killing themselves from this type of abuse every single day. And what victims of this need is some understanding. People to understand. You don't have to go through. You don't have to go through it. You may not have been a drug addict and lost everything you own on drugs, but you can understand, I hope, what a drug addict goes through when they do that. Same with an alcoholic. Same with someone who's gambling. Someone who has a midlife crisis. All these things. You have compassion for these things because you understand. Try to understand something that you may not understand today. These aren't weak or dumb people that are falling victim to this. It could be anybody. I'll explain more in the longer version tomorrow. I hope that helps a little bit. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. Thank you. Love yourself first. Bye-bye.